it ended in a stalemate as the Black Stars of Ghana drew goalless against the Three Lions of England in the 2026 FIFA World Cup second round of matches. And of course, it was a game of intense approach with regards to how the English team decided to set up. They went all out thinking that they're going to get the 3 points to secure 6 points that will automatically take them into the next stage of the competition, but it never turned out to be how they wanted it. So it was indeed a great game. The Black Stars defended with their heart, with their soul, with all their finesse to make sure that they secured that vital point, which now takes the Black Stars to 4 points. This is kind of the situation that happened in 2010 when the Black Stars won their first game and, of course, drew in the second game, which took them there to 4 points. And that ensured the Black Stars had the opportunity of making it into the next stage of the competition. Now, let's talk about how the teams decided to set up. Coach Thomas Tuchel decided to make some 2 changes within his setup. I mean, from the first game, he introduced Jed Spence and the left back, and then took Nico O'Reilly, the Manchester United left back, to the bench. And then, of course, he brought on board Mark Guehi in for John Stones. So Mark Guehi partnered Erzi Konsa at the back line. So that ensured that they set up with a typical 4-2-3-1 formation with Reece James on the right, Jed Spence on the left, and then, of course, the centre backs, Mark Guehi and Erzi Konsa with the 2 double pivots, which happens to be Declan Rice and, of course, Elliot Anderson of Crystal Palace, with Noni Madueke on the left, Anthony Gordon Noni Madueke rather on the right, Anthony Gordon on the left, with Harry Kane just playing on top, and as Jude Bellingham was just behind him. And then Black Stars also made 4 changes. Coach Carlos Queiroz decided to make 4 changes. Benjamin Asari came to replace Lawrence. We saw Kwasi Sibo started also deep in midfield alongside Thomas Partey. These were 2 changes who were introduced in the midfield alongside Caleb Urinchi. So if you're going to remember what went on, Ernest Nyama, who started in the first game, went to the bench. The same also applied to Kamaldeen Sulemana. And of course, we had Elisha Osu and goalkeeper Lawrence Atizigi going on bench. So Inaki Williams started alongside Jordan Ayew and, of course, Antoine Semenyo, typically setting in a 4-3-3 formation, which is convertible to a 4-5-1 whenever the Black Stars is out of possession. And the Black Stars sat very, very deep in the game. They made sure they countered the press of the English team. And what I was really happy with how the Black Stars couldn't leave much space, especially in between their midfield and their defense. There were no spaces for the English team to exploit. And of course, they dealt with the outwing crosses of the English team. Marvin Semenya was absolutely phenomenal, making sure that his tacklings were all quite timely. And I think Gideon Mensah also did really impress with how he had his tackle on Noni Madueke on the left side of Ghanaian defense when he was trying to make some couple of tackles on Noni Madueke. The English people thought that they're going to run riots over the Black Stars of Ghana. And they thought that it was definitely going to be an easy game. But they realized that the Black Stars were quite a dangerous team whenever you're about to play with. Even though not 2 clear-cut chances for the Black Stars because of how the team set up. For me, I thought that the Black Stars needed to start pacey guys, especially Ernest Nyama or someone like Abdul Fattah Isaku. But the coach decided to start Inaki Williams and, of course, Antoine Semenyo alongside Jordan Ayew. So the high pressing high up the field wasn't quite working. So it gave the English team quite much space, especially when they are building out, because there is no one high up of the field to make a press on them. So that gave them the freedom, the free flowing chance to make that progression whenever they are coming forward. But the Black Stars were very, very resolute, especially at the back line. Jonas Ajeti, who a lot of people think that he most often committed a lot of mistakes, was very, very resolute. Jerome Opoku was quite top-notch. Gideon Mensah, okay. Marvin Senaya, marvelous. So that was how the Black Stars went on into the game. In the second half, we saw couple of changes from the English setup. You saw the coach, Thomas Tuchel, withdrawing Jed Spence and bringing on Nico O'Reilly, and of course introducing Bukayo Saka by substituting Anthony Gordon. So that left Noni Madueke to come on the left for Bukayo Saka to be on the right. So he was trying to make some couple of movements, trying to let Ghana live dangerously, making some couple of moves, which was quite threatening. He had a shot of which goalkeeper Benjamin Asari also had a touch on. But for me, I think the substitutions of Ghana at a point, like for me, in that instance when Jordan Ayew went off, I would have rather want Brandon Thomas Asante to be the man instead of Prince Edu Kwabena, because Prince Edu Kwabena, even though a fine striker, but to have that needed press, that agility, that electric vibe or attitude, which needs to keep the press or the pressure on the back line, Prince Edu Kwabena for me is not ahead of Brandon Thomas Asante in that instance. And that was how it came on board. And of course, you saw England making another 2 substitutions because they needed more men up front to make sure that they secure the goal. That was when the coach decided to withdraw Jude Bellingham and bring on Morgan Rogers. He also withdrew Elliot Anderson and brought on board Eberichi Eze. So this meant they had a narrow midfield at that point in time. Declan Rice was the only one coming just to sit deep in front of the back line, which makes it quite a narrow midfield, and that afforded the English chance to keep on piling up the pressure. Of course, as the time was going on, the Black Stars coach also made one change when he substituted Marvin Senanya and bring on board Kojo Opompipra, another solid centre back who also can give you the performance when it comes to defending on the part of the right side of the defense. And he did quite well. No much of movement on him. He was able to make some moves and tackle the English team very well. Then later on, you saw the English team also making another change when Noni Madueke was withdrew, and of course you saw was withdrawn from the team as substituted, and Marcus Rashford came, and then but that was probably getting to the dying embers of the game. And you saw that game at that point in time when Nico O'Reilly came with the header that hit the bar, and then off the rebound Harry Kane had the smash on the ball, but he couldn't get at the back of the net. But Prince Edu Kwabena had a situation where a lot of people thought it was supposed to be a penalty, as Ezri Konsa made a tackle on him, but the referee has already whistled for an offside at that point in time. For me, I think I had a problem with the substitutions of the Black Stars of Ghana, especially with the introduction of Prince Edu Kwabena instead of Brandon Thomas Asante. I thought it was supposed to be if Fatau Isaku and Brandon Thomas Asante, because you need guys who can run. And Fatau just made that tackle on Eberichi, Noni Madueke, and had that Eberichi Eze rather, and had the ball to set up Prince Edu Kwabena, of which that situation was flagged off. So what it means is the Black Stars are now having 4 points each, alongside the 3 Lions of England. But England is still on top of the table due to superior goal advantage, because they won by 4-2 in that game against Croatia, as the Black Stars won by 1-0 against Panama in the first game. Even though 4 points apiece, the Croatian team are having plus of 2 goals, and of course the Black Stars team is having plus of 1 goal. What it means is after 2 games, the Black Stars is yet to concede. This is a new record. It has never happened before in the history of the World Cup, that the Black Stars has gone 2 games without conceding. In Germany 2006, the Black Stars lost in the first game against Azzurri d'Italia before winning against Czech Republic. In 2010, the Black Stars, after not conceding in the game against Serbia, they conceded in a 1-1 draw against Australia. In Brazil 2014, the Black Stars conceded even first against USA before they equalized DDIU, and then the USA team had a match winner, and then the German team also drew 2-2 with Black Stars. In Qatar 2022, you saw the Black Stars conceding against Portugal when they lost by 3-2, and of course won against South Korea by 3-2. So this is a new record. The Black Stars have played 2 first group games at the FIFA World Cup without conceding, and of course that was that 1-0 win against Panama and the goalless draw against England. So what it means is the Black Stars have secured their ticket to the round of 32. In as much as you can see mathematically it's not yet done, but based on the number of points that the Black Stars have gathered, even if the Black Stars lose against Croatia in the last game, Black Stars will be among the best 3rd teams with highest number of points. So that quickly secure the points of Black Stars. Is it a sheer coincidence? The Black Stars seems to be moving forward in the next stage of the World Cup competition whenever they have a white coach. In 2006, it was Ratomir Dukovic. The Black Stars progressed beyond the group stages. In 2010, it was Milovan Rajevac. The Black Stars progressed beyond the group stages. In 2014, it was a Ghanaian coach, Kwesi Appiah. The Black Stars were booted out after the group stages. In the last time out in Qatar 2022, a fellow Ghanaian coach in the shape of Otto Addo, the Black Stars failed to make it beyond the group stages. Another white man who just came just a little over 2 months before the start of the tournament, and the Black Stars have gone 2 games at the FIFA World Cup without conceding, booking our ticket into the next stage of the competition. So that is how it ended. This is the review of that game between the Black Stars of Ghana. And of course, the Black Stars will now get to play the last round of game against Croatia in Philadelphia in that last group game in the 2026 Group L encounter. But the good news is the Black Stars have not conceded in first 2 games at the World Cup, which is quite a new history, new record. This has been the podcast channel with our. Thank you.